What's going on, guys? Thrills in the block back again. We're out here with the 77 C10 pickup truck, and we're about to work on what goes right there, which is the hood. Alright, so showed this in the previous video, and I went ahead and removed the latch here. We got the hinges out of the way. It's a nice, hot, humid day in East Tennessee. You see I got the doors open. Got the fan on back there. So we are going to repair the damage where these hoods typically fail, which is right across through here. So we're starting here with the good side. This is how this seam should look. Nice and clean. No breaks or anything. There were no breaks up here. I was just doing a little bit of cleanup work to make sure there were no breaks in that metal. So metal's nice and clean. Now over here to the side that's failing. You can see this is pushed out. It's not pushed up against there like the other side was. And there's a crack right in there. There's also a little crack right down in there somewhere. So this particular repair is going to be slightly different than the one I did on the Pole Hunter Camaro. On the Pole Hunter Camaro, I took a piece of square stock and I went across here and braced it, and I filled both sides with some fiberglass, and then we smoothed it out and painted it. Since there's just a small damage crack down here, I'll weld this up, and I'm not going to do the same repair. This will be what I call a stealth repair. So I've got a piece of 3/16 by 1 inch rectangle stock, I guess, square stock, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to take that piece of stock, I've cut it 6.5 inches long, and I'm going to slide it right down in here. And as you see, it will tuck underneath that little lip, because that lip is roughly 3/16 of an inch. So it tucks under there nice and neat, and you won't be able to see it. But I've got to do a little chamfer to cut down this area right in there. So I'll lay this across like so. Yeah, y'all see the kicks. I'll lay it across here like so, and then I'm going to trim this down on the inside, and then weld it on this side, weld it across here, and weld it up that side. I won't weld it along the top, I don't think that'll be necessary, but we'll weld it through there, and I may do a couple spot welds through the hood into the steel. Then you've got that piece of 1 inch stock that's going across the hood like so, which you're definitely not going to fold that. So that's a stealth repair if you guys want to fix your truck hood without, making a big, huge repair or changing the looks too much. That 3/16 by 1 inch stock tucks right underneath there. You slide it through there and manipulate this a little bit to get it in there, and you're good to go. That's enough of me yakking. I'm gonna go ahead and get to work. All right, I've got the pieces double clamped in the vise back here, and yeah, it's a mess. Everything's on the workbench. Hopefully after this build, I'll be able to get the garage back in order. Anyway, I got it double clamped in the vise. You can see here these ends are flush, those ends are flush. Got it marked here. I'm going to take my cutoff wheel and cut down into here and cut that groove out. We'll do both at the same time. Should work out fine. Alright, I went ahead and welded through the outside of the hood into the bar. It's over here. I'm going to finish welding this up. Should have stripped this metal of the paint. That's why my welds look kind of nasty. So I'm going to go through and clean that up with a wire brush, and I'll weld this up. Then we'll go back and add a little bit of fiberglass filler in around the little areas just to smooth it all out. And that should take care of this hood flexing, because that's a piece of piece of 3/16 by 1 inch plate that's down in there. So that should take care of it. And like I said, it's kind of a stealth repair. You can't really see it from the outside, of course. With the hood up from the inside, you'll see a little something in there, but it's not nearly as noticeable as some of the other fixes that I've seen with angle and all kinds of stuff. So could always go across here and do like I did on the Camaro and fill both sides in. That one almost always goes undetected unless you know what you're looking at specifically. But like I said, we're going to try something a little bit different, so that's where we're at. I'm going to finish welding this up, get it cleaned up, and then we will be ready to move to the next step. Alright, so typically I would grind this down with a flat disc, which I may do the work on the outside with. But getting a flat disc down there is kind of a challenge, especially on these little alcoves, so I'm going to be using the standard grinding disc. I don't even know what brand this thing is. This is a Drill Master from Harbor Freight, so maybe a Harbor Freight disc. Not really sure. But yeah, so we'll take that and clean that one up, and clean that one up. And be sure to wear your PPE as always. Gotta have the PPE. So I got the fiberglass on both sides. Took care of some little pinholes and whatnot that were kind of just throughout the hood. Here's a little bit right there. I'm gonna put some body filler in those because those are gonna be hard to sand. I gotta sand that by hand, and fiberglass is a pain to sand by hand. Those areas will be tough enough. That's gonna be even crazier. One thing I want to cover is the fenders on the front. So on the front fenders, you can see they're flat now. Got that flat black on there. This is what they looked like before. Kind of a shiny, shimmery satin. So what I did is I scuffed the entire fender and I hit it with a flat black paint. That's going to be everywhere where you don't see the engine bay. Inside the engine bay it'll be gloss black like you see over there. My reason for that is the EPM or whatever primer they put on these. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. I wasn't taking any chances. I scuffed it and then we put another coat of paint over top of that. So any of the areas that aren't visible, i.e., you know, down here where water and dirt and stuff gets trapped at, it's got extra layer of protection to protect the metal from doing what you see here on this truck, which is rusting out. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I'll take care of cleaning this up on the truck, and then we'll get this inside of the hood painted. But before I can get the inside of the hood painted and get it back on the truck, I've got to get these fenders off, because the fenders are what hold the hood up, because the hood hinges bolt to the inside of the fender. So fenders have got to come off with the other ones to go on. We're playing the shuffle game. Got to pull grill and all this stuff off to get the fenders off. Well, headlight bezels, not necessarily the grill. But anyway, I got to do all that. So I'm going to wrap it up here. And be sure to check out the next episode on the C10 pickup truck, where we take off the front fenders, get the new fenders on, and make sure we get everything lined up the way it needs to be, and get ready to get our hood back on, get our doors off, as we continue to bring this truck back to life. My name's Erwin. This 3 Wheels on a Block. We're giving back what time has taken away. We'll see you soon.